if that was on point, but that's my sync up. Okay. What's up, everybody? My name is Alec G. Wait, nope. Let me make sure all shit's okay. What is up, everybody? My name is Alec G, and welcome to yet another video on the channel regarding some of that Berserk and the Band of Hawks. Not Berserk and the Band of Hawks, son of a bitch. Berserk 2017, aka Berserk Season 2. This is my review for episode 22 and episode 23, being that I did not do my episode 22 review last time, but I did do my episode 20. I'm doing my episode 23 review because I do have a lot to say. So hopefully this is a 24 episode anime. Or 26 at most, but this has been going on for quite some time, and you know, it's been a journey. It's been a fucking journey, but this episode, it kind of takes the cake that Berserk 2017 can't be giving any other chances. Now, what I mean by that, by episode 23, I'll talk about episode 22, but gotta talk about 23 first, okay? In episode 23. We basically saw when Guts and the party are chilling in the hut. Farnese asked Shirka to be the new person. And the crocodiles come, and then that big monster comes. Everything's going fine. Standard Berserk episode. It's looking okay. If you enjoyed the other episodes, you're enjoying this one. As a Berserk reader, if you read the Berserk manga, you're going to be very upset at the anime, because what the anime did is they took out Moonlight Boy. Moonlight Boy was supposed to appear before the crocodiles attacked in this episode, but Moonlight Boy did not appear. So that leads me to the conclusion that this show is not planning on going really far. This show is not planning on going too far when it comes to the stuff. Like this show genuinely just wants to fucking, oh my god. So basically this show only wants to go for a certain amount. This might be, well, I don't know if I can say this will be it, but this might be the last season of Berserk, and we're definitely not going to be seeing it for long. Now, Moonlight Boy is a very major part of Berserk, and if he is not in it, he doesn't pop up often, but he is a very important part of the story. If he does not pop in it, then maybe, to a certain extent, we're not supposed to be getting that far into the actual series. Now, that doesn't really bother me. This is not a great adaptation. The sooner it ends, the better. So, yay. But, even still, it's like, damn. No Moonlight Boy? No Moonlight Boy. Moonlight Boy, you guys don't understand. I don't want to spoil who Moonlight Boy is for those of you who haven't read it. But Moonlight Boy is very important. He may not pop up often, but when he does pop up, it's pretty important and it means something. It has significance to the story, and the fact that Moonlight Boy isn't here makes me question how far this series is even going to go in general. But at the same time, that low-key makes me happy in some sort of way, because I don't exactly want this series to go on for that long. As much as I'm enjoying it, I could be enjoying it much more if it was actually good. So, this episode, honestly, this episode was decent. This episode was probably like a 7.7 or 7.8 out of 10. Like, episode 23 was actually not that bad. But the fact that they took out Moonlight Boy just bumps it down a ton of notches. So that really does suck, and that really does disappoint me. But at the same time, you know, it's like, Moonlight Boy may be there, but Moonlight Boy, him not being there means the show's gonna end sooner, which low-key makes me happy, because I'd rather have it end sooner than end anytime later, you know what I mean? But yeah, it sucks, man. I don't even know how to begin the frustration. I mean, I can't even be mad. I can't even be mad, because all Moonlight Boy not being there means is that this series is gonna end sooner. And I don't know how much sooner. They might have another season. They might not have another season. But the sooner it ends, the better. I would honestly be okay with it ending after this season, because this is the Ganishka fight, and this is kind of where it ends in the video game, so it would make sense if this was where it ends in the anime. It would be a shitty ending, but I would much prefer it to end there than for it to get into Moonlight Boy shit, and for them to go to like and fight like the King of the Sea or whatever, and get Isma and go to the island. I would much rather have them do all that than I would much rather like not have them do all that than have them do all that without Moonlight Boy and all this important shit. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not really. I can't really say that I'm hyped when I watch Berserk anymore. Cause like, you know, now I mean like I said, you know, I'm not that upset, because to be honest, it just means it's gonna end sooner, and that low key makes me happy, because as much as I've been enjoying this adaptation, it could be 10 times better. But with that aside, I also have to talk about episode 22. Now, episode 22, can we talk about that for a second? Freaking grunbeld versus Guts. Now, literally, they replicated the manga perfectly, okay? They replicated the manga perfectly. Perfectly replicated the manga. And when it comes to these anime fights, that's not what you do. You don't replicate the manga punch for punch, scene for scene. What you do is you make it cool because you can do it in animated form. That's what everyone else does. That's what you're supposed to do. It's like reading Naruto versus Sasuke fight and watching Naruto versus Sasuke fight. You know how the Naruto versus Sasuke fight in the anime had a bunch of different things in the manga? They do that with every major fight scene in almost every anime. You know, they always make it cooler in the anime than it is in the manga. So, what really pissed me off this time was that they actually fucking... Oh, god damn. What really pissed me off this time was that they literally replicated the entire thing. And them replicating the entire thing made anime fight scenes obsolete within the actual Berserk show. Now, with Father Mosgus fight, I still enjoy that because I don't feel like you can animate that any differently than they did. I feel like based on how Father Mosgus was and the type of enemy he was, it wasn't a fight that you could make a cool looking anime fight scene with. You just had to replicate how it was in the manga. That's how I feel with Father Mosgus. With grunbeld, on the other hand, I feel like we could have seen Berserker mode Guts doing like hella flips, dodging his attacks with cool cinematography, but no, we couldn't. It was not a good episode. 22 wasn't great. 23 was okay. I mean, the way I usually mark my reviews for the Berserk series is I have a standard for the Berserk show in comparison to the Berserk show. Now, the Berserk show, I'll rank an episode in comparison to other episodes. Now, I think it's fair to say, if you were to compare it to the manga, I know that a lot of people have been doing that from the start and been like, this is a shit adaptation. That episode shit because not like the manga. That episode shit because it's not like the manga. That episode shit because not like the manga. And they're right. Almost every episode's like that. I held that standard. I held the you're not as good as a manga standard when it came to grunbeld versus Guts, because we never got an animated grunbeld versus Guts. To be brutally honest, the game for the PS4 did much more respect to that fight scene than the anime did. The game did much more respect to that fight scene than the anime did, because the game actually, that was probably the most lit part of the entire game. That was probably more lit than the last boss. Grunbeld versus Guts, they animated that thing, made it look sexy, put a sexy cutscene there, and the actual fight was really cool. It's the first time you enter the Berserker armor, it's the first time experiencing that rush, then you use the Berserker armor against Grunbeld, and you feel like a goat. Now, with this, that's not the feeling I get. The feeling I get is, oh, are they gonna make it good? I don't know, and they didn't make it good, and I'm sad now. That's literally, and it was not good. Anime, like, honestly, in comparison to other episodes, animation was decent. In comparison to other episodes, it was a good episode. It was like a 7.4 out of 10, but it shouldn't be a 7.4 out of 10. It should be like a 9 out of 10. It should have been amazing. Father Mosgus versus Guts was better than that. Grunbeld versus Guts was not great. When he used his arm cannon and it showed like... And, like, what the hell was that, bro? I mean, I can't really complain because I don't remember exactly how the gun cannon looks when it's not even in the Berserker armor form. Like, the way that it looks is like the hand clamps down and then he uses the cannon. But the hand can't clamp down because it's in the armor. So, like, I don't really know how it's supposed to look, but I know it's not supposed to look like a fucking, like, stub coming out your hand. Like, that. All I can say, guys, is that Berserk Guts versus grunbeld was not good. Hence the reason why I didn't like that episode. I always held my Berserk episodes to the standard of other Berserk episodes, but this episode in particular, I held to the standard of the manga because it's such an important scene, and we've all been waiting to see this scene animated. Now, with episode 23, I might be able to give it a little more credit, except for the non-inclusion of Moonlight Boy. As much as low-key happy as I am that Moonlight Boy isn't in this adaptation, it means that that's an extremely major part, and regardless of whether the series ends quicker because of it, that's a very big part of the actual episode. It would have been very important to see, and yet we did not see it. So that brings that episode down a couple notches, and that's not even comparing it to the manga. That's honestly not even comparing to. I wouldn't even dignify that as like, oh, it's not as good as the manga, so you don't like it. That's not even that. It's not a matter of whether it's as good as the manga when it comes to episode 23. It's a matter of, do you even do what the manga says in episode 23? That's usually the problem with Berserk. It doesn't even do its own thing. That's usually the problem with this anime. It doesn't ever try to do its own thing. It copies the manga perfectly. When it comes to anime fight scenes, it copies it perfectly. When it comes to what people say at what time and what camera angle, it copies it perfectly. And that's sometimes why it suffers because of it. It copies it 100% identical, and that makes it messed up. And the one time they don't do it identical, the one time that they have to do their own thing because their show is ending early, then you messed up. You messed up. Moonlight Boy is a very important character. He may not pop up a lot, but he is very important, and he was not in this episode, which brings it down to like which brings it from like the 7.8 it would be to down to like the fucking 4, or honestly maybe even a 3. Maybe even a 3 out of 10. Episode 22, I make that like a 5.7 out of 10. Episode 22 would get a 5.7 out of 10. Episode 23 would get like a 3 out of 10. Because that's really bad. No Moonlight Boy, and you fucked up the grunbeld fight. We're currently on episode 23. Episode 23, hopefully we'll have 1 or 2 or maybe 3 more episodes of Berserk and then we'll be done. So, not trying to be a party pooper, but I can't wait for the series to end. It's really disappointing me. Berserk is my favorite series of all time. Hands down. I've watched Game of Thrones. I've watched Breaking Bad. I've watched Naruto, Dragon Ball. Berserk, even One Piece. Berserk is my favorite series of all time. And the one time it gets an anime adaptation, it doesn't even include Moonlight Boy. I watch it, I enjoy it, even though I shouldn't. And it doesn't include Moonlight Boy. It doesn't. It doesn't include the Moonlight Boy. So, what do you guys think? I said my thoughts. What do you guys think? I personally think they fucked up grunbeld versus Guts, and that Moonlight Boy not being included is pretty major. Manga readers, sympathize with me, or at least tell me your thoughts. Please tell me your thoughts in the comments down below, what you thought of Berserk episode 22 and episode 23, and do not forget to tell me your and do not forget to click that like button if you agree with me on these 2 episodes, or if you enjoyed this video. Please click that subscribe button for more of that Berserk greatness. Hopefully we'll be getting a little more Berserk greatness. Not going to anticipate the Ganishka fight's going to be that good, but I do low-key want to see what Ganishka looks like in CG form anyways. Don't expect it to be great though. I definitely don't. It's probably going to be butt cheeks, but anyways, thanks for watching this video regardless, man. Thank you for watching this video regardless. I really wanted to like, you know, enjoy this anime, but I don't know. Please tell me your thoughts. Please tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. My name is Ali G. I'm going to go record some other videos regarding some things better than Berserk 2017, aka Season 2. I'll see you guys later. Deuces.